Hi, Ruth Backlund from Energy Works Myofascial Release. I'm an RN and John Barnes Myofascial Release therapist. I wanted to share with you a little bit about my story, where I came from, and some exciting things about where I'm heading in the future. And so just to kind of give you a little bit about my journey, I used to have a lot of chronic back and neck pain, shoulder pain for years. As an RN, you're in the hospital setting, you're lifting heavy patients, you're putting your body in awkward positions as you're turning patients or you're helping them get in and out of bed, things like that. And sometimes they're just really weak and unable to support themselves when they're walking down the hall after surgery, things like that. So we have a tendency to hurt ourselves. And, so between that and just some of the, sports activities that I did, broken bones, things like that, playing soccer and basketball, those all take a toll on your body. So I worked in acute care for a couple of years coming out of college, and then I ended up working, straight evenings. It's hard to get daytime shifts as a new grad, and so I ended up working straight evenings for a number of years, and I was a single mom. And when my daughter was 5 and was going to be going into kindergarten, I thought, I can't be doing this. I can't be working straight evenings and then double into nights. I would never see my daughter. So I ended up leaving the, hospital setting and went to, more of an office-based setting, insurance type situation. But that let me, sit for long hours, 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And I did that, for a number of years, and, unfortunately put on a lot of weight as a result. I was very inactive at that point. And then probably around, maybe 2004, about 14 years ago, I got involved in a fitness program, and I did it because I was having a hard time sleeping on the ground in the boundary waters, which is one of the things I absolutely love to do. And I was having trouble laying on the ground. My hips would hurt, my back would hurt, and so I thought, I need to do something. I need to get back in shape, and hopefully this will correct itself. And so I joined a fitness program that was heavily based in cardio kickboxing, a lot of strength training, fitness, nutrition, things like that. And I lost a lot of weight, got in really good shape, but I was still having trouble with my neck and back and shoulders. And, as things progressed, I was actually, I was working out at the gym 10 to 12 hours a week, which was really way too much. But, when you're working in a gym and you're coaching, you don't think about those things. You want to keep pushing yourself more and more. And what was happening is I was increasing my injuries. I actually started to get more bursitis in my hips, tendonitis in my heels. And so I was having more problems. And I had gone to, several doctors, had a lot of tests done, had a lot of injections done, pain medication. I was using a lot of hot and cold packs, sports creams. Those were things like I was using on a daily basis. I had several rounds of physical therapy, chiropractic care, massage therapy, and all of them helped me a little bit. Some of them helped me more than others. But they were temporary, and what I was finding was that my shoulder and my neck was getting really, really bad. And it was so uncomfortable for me. My back was just so tight and uncomfortable. I couldn't lay on my back. I couldn't lay on my back for 9 months. So you can imagine if you can't sleep on your back, and then when you lay on your side, your arms are falling asleep. I was pretty much a mess. I was not doing very well at all. And I had met a gentleman at the gym. He was a myofascial release therapist. He was just doing some demonstrations and had him work on my neck for like 5 minutes or something. And, my neck was so sore beforehand, and it was still sore afterwards. I'm like, oh, whatever, okay. But anyway, a year later, I was at, teaching still, coaching at a gym, and, I was just stretching out at the end of a circuit training class. And I was on the ground, stretching our hamstrings out, and I hear a pop. And it was me. It was my hamstring. I pulled my hamstring. And nobody else heard it. So I pretended like nothing was wrong. I just slowly got up and maneuvered, to wherever I needed to go. And nobody really knew I hurt myself. But I knew I hurt myself. And so that was really kind of like rock bottom for me. My body had been screaming at me for years. And I did some things, I tried physical therapy, I'd seen the doctor, had all these tests done, I'd, trying massage, I was doing all this stuff that I thought I was doing the right thing. But it really wasn't getting to the problem that was causing my issues. And so I remembered I'd met Dennis, at the gym about a year prior. I knew he did something different. I knew I needed to do something different. And I still had his card. Why I still had it, I don't know, but I'm glad I did. I reached out to him and started, myofascial release with him. And, with even just 3 sessions with him, I could tell things were shifting. I was still in a lot of pain, but the pain was changing, and it was changing in a good way. So, very thankful that I met him and was able to, do a lot of work with him over the years. He's retired now, but, definitely was the path for me. So anyway, what I discovered was with myofascial release, there was a lot of things going on with my body. It wasn't just treating the symptoms. It was, it was all the surgery that I had in my, abdomen, multiple surgeries in my abdomen, broken bones and sports injuries and just sitting for all those years, getting really tight and forward in the front, shoulders rolling forward. Causing all that extra strain in my back and all the scar tissue and tight muscles where my pelvis was twisted and torqued and that all played a role in my symptoms. So once you start opening that up and you get your body back in alignment, you feel a whole lot better. And those problems went away. It took a long time to do that, but I was kind of going down a bad path, so I really needed to just take care of myself, and I'm glad I did it. It changed my life, and stress too is a big part of it. Lots and lots of stress. I was in a full-time job, and lots and lots of stress there, like palpitation stress. So that also pays a toll on your body. It's not all physical stuff. There's emotional stuff that's involved in that as well, and it all plays a part. It's all connected. So. But anyway, so I had the opportunity actually to go to a conference with my therapist. It was a John Barnes conference down in Sedona, Arizona, and I went as a patient. I'm not going to get into the details of that one, other than it was an eye opener for me. And if I ever meet you sometime, I'm more than happy to share that story if you're interested. But anyway, it was an eye opening experience for me, and I actually did not anticipate that I would become a myofascial release therapist. When I was there, I was just so amazed. The work itself spoke for itself. I loved myofascial release as a patient. Never dreamed that I would become a therapist, but what I found myself doing when I was there is I started buying some of the books and buying some of the self-treatment tools, and I was just absolutely fascinated by all the information. I got home, I ordered a massage table. I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I ordering a massage table? I have a full-time job. It's a good paying job. It's stressful, a lot of hours, but it was a good job. And so why am I doing this? And I thought, well, I'm an RN. I have a license to touch. I love this work. Maybe I can just help my friends and family, do it for myself and do it for friends and family. So took courses. I took a lot of courses, did a lot of traveling. Actually turned out that most of my vacation ended up being to travel to get more training. And after about a year of that, I decided, what? I think I need to do this as at least a hobby, right? Not just friends and family, but if I'm going to be serious about this, I'm spending tons of money on all this training, I might as well be a therapist. Because I've got the license, I've got all the training, let's hang out the shingle and, really become a bona fide therapist. So that's what I did. And so, fast forward, 9 years later, here I am. I've been doing this for a little over 9 years, and it's the best thing for me. I think about, why did I even start on this journey? Why was it that it took me to have to, be almost completely broken and not functional, not be able to walk my dogs, not be able to do the things I love to do, and really have to be in a really bad physical state to get me to a place where I had an opportunity to be exposed to myofascial release and come from a really bad place to a really good place, and then find my passion as a result. I think that journey, as painful as it was, brought me to where I am today. And, I'm still passionate from that time. I mean, over 10 years ago, very passionate about what myofascial release can do, very passionate about what I can do as a person for myself for self-treatment, and how I can teach people to take care of themselves as well. And I think that's one of our problems is people don't know how to take care of themselves. And so, here I am, 9 years into this business, and I'm one person. I am one person. And there's not a lot of myofascial release therapists with my skill level out there. And for the ones that are out there, there's a lot of them that they don't do a lot of self-treatment, or they don't know a lot of self-treatment. They haven't been in it long enough, or they haven't had to deal with their own pain issues to discover some of it as well. So, I think that's one of the things that I really try to strive with my patients is, yeah, I can work on you and I can help things along, but there's a lot of things you can do to help yourself. But I'm one person. And there's a lot of people that need help. I mean, we have an opioid epidemic in our society. The medical system, as great as those doctors and medical staff, surgeons and all that, nurses, as great as they are, the system's not working all that well. We got people who, you go into your doctor and you get an x-ray, okay? Or you get some pain medication. And if that didn't work, you get stronger pain medication. If that doesn't work, let's give you some injections. If that doesn't work, okay, now you're off to see a surgeon. And, only 7% of the time does a physician tend to refer to a therapist of any kind. And so there's something wrong there. Why are we going to those extremes? And part of it is probably, it's all the technology, it's consumers demanding all these tests. There's got to be something massively wrong, or give me a quick fix pill. I mean, it's our society as a whole. So it's not just the medical system, it's our society as a whole with those expectations. And really, there's a lot of things that can be done without all that risk, with all that potential harm and addictive behavior. And it's done through therapy. Whether it be physical therapy, massage, myofascial release therapy, there's all kinds of stuff out there that are safer and probably very, just as effective therapies for people. Surgery is necessary sometimes medication is necessary, but those shouldn't be our first options, right? So, but anyway, so for me, having found my passion, and like I said, it's 9 years later, and I'm still extremely passionate about what I do today. But I'm one person. And I know that I'm meant to do more. And how can I do more? There's only so many hours in the day. There's only so many hours that I can physically put my hands on people. So how do I help all these people who are screaming out there for help? Whether they can't afford therapy, or they're on pain medications and that's not working, or whatever therapy they're doing is not getting them where they need to be. And, for whatever reason, so I find myself going, okay, how can I do more? I know I'm meant to do more. And I am such a strong believer in self-treatment that one of the things that I can do is change my business practice. Yes, I'm still going to treat patients. I mean, that's still a part of helping people on their journey, because they don't necessarily know what needs to be worked on all the time. But at least to learn some techniques that are safe to do at home. The most common things that I see, those are the kind of things that I think that I can teach people to take care of themselves at home. And you know what? It's going to help a lot of people across, the city of Duluth, state of Minnesota, across the U.S., international borders, whatever. But I know that I can help a lot more people if I'm virtual, if I'm online, and I can share with you some of my knowledge. I mean, it does me no good to have all this knowledge that I can only share it with one person at a time. So, my passion and where I'm heading with this is I'm going to get a lot more virtual. I'm going to be putting a lot more information out there to help people. That's my passion. And wow, if I can help, exponentially the number of people with their chronic pain issues, their sports injuries, then I'm doing my job. Okay. So I'm hoping that, as I start, getting more posts out there for people, my history, I came from a place of chronic pain, and you know, back to doing all the things that I absolutely love to do. Yes, I'm still that crazy, you know, 50-some-year-old with a canoe on her shoulders, you know, every summer. So still doing all those things I absolutely love to do. And, you know, if I can help people get back on track, learn how to take care of themselves, and never have to see anybody, great, awesome. But if people are getting stuck in a place where they need extra help, I'm here to help them too, if that's what they need. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. My background, where I'm going, what you can expect from me, which is a lot more, because I think I'm destined to do more things to help more people, and doing it one-on-one in my office isn't gonna do it. I have to do more. I have to be bigger. So that's my promise to you, that I'm going to be out there, and I hope you get some benefit from the things that I'm going to be publishing. And you know, if you need help, great. You know how to find me. If not, if everything I'm giving you is great information, helps you with your needs, that's like the best thing ever. So anyway, I wish you good luck on your journey. It's been wonderful for me, and I'm super excited about the ability to help more people. And you know, that's what I'm here for. So have a nice day.